Hi, everybody. Carl Casgard, and welcome back to Show 17. And thanks very much for tuning in. And we've got lots of exciting new information as we build up the Halifax for our Bomber Command veterans. And just wanted to say that I've made up this video of all the various items that we're working on. It's not just Hercules engines. It is all kinds of Halifax artifacts and stuff that we need for the completed Halifax bomber, and the brand new mid-upper turret that came from Atlanta, Georgia. Yes, I know, you're thinking, how the heck does a Halifax British bomber, how does a turret from a Halifax come from Atlanta? I'll explain it to you as I show you in this video. And we're also hoping that Scott Knox said that he would put a video together of progress on the trailing edge of the wing, the leading edge of the wing, and all things that are going on at the Halifax rebuild shop in Arnprior, working in parallel and in collaboration with us at Bomber Command Museum of Canada. So here's the video that I have done of all the items, all the beautiful treasure that we have at Nanton. So enjoy. You can see the painting of the Halifax, and over there is #1 Bristol Hercules. It's running great. We put it in hibernation. And over here is #2 Bristol Hercules, and it's running great, and we put it into hibernation. And now I want to show you all of the progress we've made on #3 engine. So let's go out and visit our pet monster, #3 Bristol Hercules. And here we are. I'd like to introduce you to Bristol Hercules #3, and she will become our #3 engine for the Halifax bomber we're putting together. And I just wanted to show this to you. First off, there is the RAF tags that were attached to this engine when we got it several years ago, and that is the inhibitor cards schedule for saving the engine internally into deep storage. And #3 will be going on our Halifax. We've gone through the engine with a fine-tooth comb, and we've checked and double-checked all components and all cylinders, and we're going to hopefully be running it in the coming days. And guess what, folks? She's been sleeping for 55 years. And now we get a chance to test her out. And fingers crossed, #3 will become our new pet monster for the engine runs for the year 2025. Thanks to all the engine team and our hard work. We're keeping our fingers crossed. We are watching out for gremlins, and this will be our tribute, is to make the engines run to pay tribute to our veterans and all the Bomber Command lads that gave us our freedom in World War II. So hats off to them, and this is our dedication. So there you have it, our video clips of on the home front, doing engines, propellers, wings, and all the rebuild. And now we'll take you to Norway. Years ago, when we lifted the Halifax from 700 feet underwater, and we thought, we are victorious, we've got the bomber, out of the water, but it ain't over till it's over. And here's what happened is we got the Halifax up on the beach. Carl came back from Canada to see the beloved Halifax from the deep. And that's when more trouble came to us. But adversity is the mother of invention. And folks, here we had a 20-ton bomber sitting just off the beach of Lake Miosa, but we can't get it up and out. Excuse me. Have you ever lifted 20 tons of bomber up on a beach and put it down gently? No one had ever done that before. And so we had to bring in all the special equipment, and we had to just bust our buns to get that Halifax up on the beach so we could ship it back to Canada. Difficulties in a victory, but we persevered, and it was a great moment when we put the Halifax up on the beach. So have a look at this. We're continuing on with the NA337 adventure, and this is the money shot. You watch this, folks. This is really cool.
I missed my airplane. It's 10, 15 minutes to take off. But we're taking off here, and this is the better takeoff for me. Another stunning setback. The special towing sled had been smashed, and now someone had to figure out how to lift the plane off the rocks. The next morning, Carl returns from Canada to see the Halifax for the first time. So what's your feelings right now, Carl?
Oh, I don't know. It's pretty heavy duty, you know. You bust your buns for 2 years, and sometimes when you spend, late nights doing all kinds of things, just pushing and pushing and pushing, and you sacrifice, and then you hope that your dream comes true. And now, it's pretty heavy duty.
What do you think now to see it?
Well, she's kind of beat up, but I'll take it. A little rusty, looks a little dirty, but I think it's the best treasure Canada will ever have. Can't believe it.
In his hand, Carl carries the hat of Len Hosey, a Canadian Halifax bombing. Len had died recently, and Carl was eager to keep a promise he had made to his friend. A promise to let Len be close to a Halifax. Finally, Carl had kept his promise. It was now or never. Night had fallen, and the team decides to lift the plane by building a road out to the Halifax. Truckloads of stone and gravel are brought in. The first attempt is a failure. The front-end loaders are not capable of lifting the aircraft. The next day, more rock is added to the roadway. This time, a 50-ton crane is rolled out to the plane. Within an hour, it becomes apparent it's not going to budge. The plane is not moving. It's day 3, and we're watching as heavier equipment is brought in for the job. The sight is incredible. Massive Caterpillar tractors are rolled out to the edge of the Halifax on a roadway many are saying looks like a major highway. Hundreds of gallons of fuel and water are pumped from the wings to lighten the plane. As one of the big cats makes its way out to the aircraft, Dag and the crew stand on the wings, looking for any points of weakness. A mistake here could tear the plane completely apart. Finally, this is it. The moment had come. Halifax NA337 is about to perform its most important assignment since that night in 1945. And from depths unknown, the men would cry, "Raise high the glass of victory, for there are those who seldom speak, though honor is their destiny." I watched in silence as the great ship rose, its power and magnificence. We all were humbled at the sight, this great moment, time significant. For the magic spell had broken down, the Halifax was free, as it rose upon the distant shore, in awe for all to see. And great men died and great men lived, for freedom was the dream. And nevermore for all of time will this legend lie unseen. Today, the journey of Halifax NA337 has come full circle. At the RCAF Memorial Museum in Trenton, Ontario, Canada, the Halifax is being restored to its original state. With hard work and with enough money through financial contributions and sponsorships, this fine aircraft will be on display for future generations to see a part of history that must never be forgotten. And by the way, those nightmares that Thomas Waitman had experienced on so many nights since 1945, the day Halifax NA337 reached the shore of Lake Miosa, Thomas Waitman's nightmares ended. Perhaps the closing of a tragic event? Who knows? But what lies here today is a result of mankind's ability to span the bridges of invention and creativity. A result of human resourcefulness, determination, and something we all cherish in our lives called freedom.
Well, there you have it. Victory for the Halifax bomber recovery crew in Norway. We've got more adventures. We've got more recoveries. You don't know the half of it. But all of these adventures we're going to share with you now and into the future. Over 25 years of recovering airplanes from underwater, especially the Halifax. And we thank you for following us, for watching our shows. And just remember, it is not easy to do this. There are hard financial costs. And we would love to have your donations, your support, so we can keep going. So have a look at the credits as they roll, and go to these websites and places. Contact me. Thank you for liking, sharing, and please subscribe and stick with us. We have miles to go before we sleep. Folks, you don't know this. That engine's been sleeping for 50 years. Throttle's good at 22. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week on the Halifax 57 Rescue Show. Bye-bye.